Erik, I know you've got some headlines. What's going on?
Stephanie, this breaking just moments ago, Wolfgang Schaeuble, the German finance minister, said that even if Greeks vote no in this weekend's planned referendum, which is to say rejected the bailout proposal from European creditors, the country might still be able to stay inside the euro. And furthermore, Schaeuble is said to have said, again, this is a source within Germany explaining to us what's going on in the mind of Wolfgang Schaeuble, the German finance minister, that Greece may yet be able to tap an EU aid fund. And what that suggests is that the Europeans are trying everything they possibly can, I would say, to keep Greeks optimistic about the prospects for their future, while not necessarily relaxing in any way that the demands that they have made of Tsipras and Syriza, the governing party, as far as fiscal reform goes.
I think two things are going on here, Erik. One is that we are seeing, as you say, they're maybe trying to communicate with the Greek people, not trying to slam the door in their face, maybe trying to make them feel a little bit better about what's coming up this weekend. And I think the second thing that's happening is that we are starting, it looks like back channels are in operation still. It's interesting, I've just come back to talking to the chief negotiator, Mr. Schaeuble. He's the guy that's been on point, really, negotiating over the last few weeks. And I asked him about the ECB, I asked him about what's happening with the banks and when they're going to open. And he was talking about the liquidity story. And he's saying maybe actually we'll see an easing of that over the next few hours, because Mr. Stunras, the governor of the central bank, has gone to see Mr. Draghi. And he's hinting about that. Listen to what he had to say.
I expect initiatives even today for a solution to the problem of liquidity and the banks. The number one solution is to find an agreement, and that's what we're pressurising. And we're asking the Greek people to give us the strength and the mandate for such a solution.
So it's not quite as fixed as maybe we thought it was. Maybe there are two sides.
Or maybe it is.
Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But Europe has this ability. You've been here plenty of times, and you know this, that the ability to pull things out right at the last minute. It's never done until it's done. And I'm not quite sure we're done just yet.
There are so many moving parts in this story, and that's what makes it very difficult. Let's just think for a moment about what Mr. Schaeuble was saying, that a no vote this weekend, at least if there were a no vote this weekend, Greece might still be able to remain inside the euro. Think of what that does for the forces domestically that are doing their utmost. The mayor of Athens, for example, the opposition parties doing their utmost to persuade the Greek people that a vote this weekend is a thumbs up or thumbs down vote on euro membership. Schaeuble interfering in this way potentially throws that calculus into chaos and makes it that much more difficult for them to challenge Tsipras, who's trying to get everybody to vote no.
But there may be a counter-argument to that says, you know what, come Monday morning, do we actually want to have this as a yay or nay vote, in or out? Do we actually want the ability of these guys to come back to the table? Because if we're saying that if they vote no, they are going to be out of the euro, then that's a whole different kettle of fish.
And furthermore, it kind of comes down to the banking system. If banks can't open next week, all of these questions
This guy said that the banks would open next week. Absolutely. Either way,
but talk to people who are familiar with the way that the IMF and the ECB work, and they say that no, in fact, as of tonight, possibly, the Greek banks may be technically insolvent, rendering it a total impossibility for them to open next week. Anyhow, Stephanie, Matt, that is the story at the moment in Greece. As you can see, it's fast moving, changing every minute. We'll have more updates for you over the course of the day.